everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I mean, digitally, because I couldn't be here due to some circumstances. But thanks to the social world and the digital world, I'm right here with all of you here. And I'm so glad to be a part of this. So, let's get started. All what I want to say about etc. Life for me is flowing in an etc. What is etc.? It's actually usually in school, all our life, we've always written things, full sentences, and then we've written etc. But what does etc. mean? Etc. etc. What does it mean for you? It has different meanings for different people. Like, when you write a story, a book, every reader has a different interpretation. The same way, etc. has a different interpretation. Though et means and etc. means rest. But still, what is this and rest for all of us? For me, these three words mean a lot. A lot means I really can't even begin with from what does it mean for me. All my life, I believe that I feel as an expressionist. I mean, I paint, I do Instagramming and Instagramming, bookstagramming, and besides that, I also do a lot more things. Like I'm a theater artist, I've been performing plays, I've done short films. So when people ask me, Shweta, what do you do? I say I'm an expressionist, and then they ask me that, yeah, okay, fine, but what do you do? And I'm like, okay, where do I begin with? So I say, I'm a professional student. I like to learn. Okay, fine, but what do you do? Okay, well, I act. I've done theater. I have done short films. I have done a film. I also act on street plays, on stage plays. Besides that, I paint. I've painted in a lot of cafes. I do commissioned art, and I am an Instagrammer, an influencer. In influencing, I do food blogging, book blogging, and etc. So now you know what etc. means for me. Well, it means a lot. And that is what it is. In life, sometimes the smallest things we don't pay details to because we think we have enough of things to pay attention to. And in the meantime, we lose that slightest, smallest thing, which is actually the most important thing in life. And I personally believe that, it is that needs to give attention to. You need to give attention to that because that at a micro level may be something small, but at a macro level is something that you're going to relish in your life when you're going to sit and introspect that what you did. As a kid, I was somebody who was a lot into scrapbooking and all of those DIY things even back then. And I remember I came across this book which said that, what do you want to do? Like we had those slam books and all. And I made a bucket list. And I realized that that bucket list was not just a bucket list. It was literally like a bucket tumbler, a tumbler list because, it had so much in it. I wanted to go skydiving. I wanted to go scuba diving. I wanted to make an exhibition. I wanted to do commissioned art. I wanted to I went on and on and on and on. And even as I started growing, I started adding things to that list. And that is what it is with all of us. We want to do a lot of things, but we always procrastinate. Not just because of our laziness, but sometimes because of our duties, sometimes because of our circumstances. But the point is, we in life should not do that. We should remove time to do what we really want to do. I mean, you can't run away from your responsibilities. If you want to be an author, if you want to be a blogger side by side, it's something you wish to do. But at the same time, you have a job which is a 10 to 5 job, which you need because at the same time, you need a salary also to run your, responsibilities, your houses, and all of it. What we usually do is, okay, you know what? Let me get settled here, let my kids grow, let this happen, and then I will do that. So everything that we want to do is procrastinated because we are like, okay, that etc. things that we want to do in our life, we don't have time for it. And I personally believe we genuinely don't have time. We may have the money, but tell me who can buy time. There is nobody on this planet who can buy time. And we know it. It's just that we don't remember it when we come to do things. We always keep these etc. things for later in life. But I realize that how important it is to do it right now. My parents always taught me that live one day at a time because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You are blessed to have today. You've started your day, you have right now. So do what you want to do. And that is what I've been living with, where I believe that, I want to do today. And today, I really wanted to be a part of this TED Talk, and I am here. Every time I watch a TED Talk, I saw Shahrukh perform a TED Talk. I was like, oh, this is something I want to do. And when I got an opportunity, I did it. I didn't keep it for later because I don't know if that later ever happens. And that is what I want to tell all of you. If you want to do something, do it. Find the discipline. Do everything that you want to do. Don't leave that etc. for future in life. Like we always believe, oh, you know what? If I get a home, we attach it to security. But does security come with that home? No, it doesn't. Because the moment the home comes, you have like, okay, now I want to do the interiors of home. Because when the interiors of home will come, I will get this emotion. So your etc. and your emotions are attached. But you don't enjoy those emotions, and neither do you enjoy the etceteras of your life, which is the crux of your life. And the crux, when I say, is all about living in that moment, living one moment at a time. Like, I always believed, it was inculcated by my parents, that if you want to do something, if you want to express something, express it right now. Do it right now. And that's what I do. If today somebody tells me that, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm living life, because I really don't know if tomorrow is there or not there. Like Shahrukh says, Kal ho na ho. So might as well live today. And if you want to do something, the entire universe is gonna help you do it. But you need to be sure you want to do it, and you want to do it right now. You don't want to keep those rest of the things, the etceteras of your life for future. And that is what I have been doing. And I tell everybody that just jump into the pool and you will learn to swim. You will reach your goal. But many a times in life, we don't land up doing it. Like, what happened in my life? I always wanted to write a book. But somehow I used to be like, you know what? Maybe let me finish my graduation and then I will write. You know what? Let me start working. Let me get a little settled and then I will write. But then one day I realized I will just be piling it on. And that won't happen in life. And that's when I realized that I need to do those rest of the things right now in my life, because this is a life I want, and those rest of the things are going to make me what I am. And like I said, my parents always taught me that live one moment at a time, and that's what I'm doing. Because be it expressing, be it performing, be it being here, it's now that I am here. This moment is not going to be repeated. I will witness it, but the memories won't be the same. When I watch this video, the memories will be different. While right now, the memory of me being here is different. So that's all about it. And when I say that in life, we say that, life goes on, what are you doing, and all of this, and etc. Those etceteras are the some things that we need to capture. I mean, it's the month of Father's Day, and there's a very important lesson that I learned in my life, for where I talk about how important etc. and living one moment at a time is. So, on this Father's Day, I would like to share this little thing with you all in this month, especially. So, I lost my father a few years back, and people say that, with time, things change, you heal. Yes, healing happens, but you don't forget the memories. You don't forget a single day where you don't remember him and all of it. And I learned one thing, that, when he passed away, in those 12 days, everybody did not just have, or they were not just mourning his loss, but they were mourning the fact that, somebody wanted to express and give him gratitude for the way he was. Somebody wanted to tell him that, how sweet he was. Somebody wanted to take him out for dinner but kept it for later. His landmark birthday had still not come. He was barely in his 40s. So somebody thought that, on his 50th birthday, we'll do this. And all those things, the etc. things that they wanted to do with him, was kept for later in life. And because I was taught by him and by my parents that live one moment at a time, so I had always expressed what I wanted to do. I had always gifted what I wanted to do. So that day I realized that besides mourning his loss, I had nothing else, because I had actually done everything that I wanted to do. And that's when I realized that living one moment at a time and witnessing and doing everything is so important, because no matter what, he will not come back. I will never be able to do that. At least I don't have the regrets of not doing what I wanted to do or express. I have it all, except for regretting the loss, which is not something that I can be like. I mean, I don't regret it, I miss it, because it is something that was not in my power. But if I had not expressed, or if I had not, showcased my love for him, keeping it for important days, maybe I would regret things. So I learned from this biggest adversity of my life when I lost my father that you really don't know what's in store later. So express, do everything that you want to do, and live that moment in time because you have it today. Enjoy that today. Don't keep the etceteras of your life for future because you really don't know kal hona ho.